Welcome to the final step of the project. Whew, it's been a long one for me. Exhausting. But the results should be great. So first off, I will show you these that I made up to fill up these gaps. So this is going to go here, and this one's going to go here. And so what you can is to make two different pieces. So like I said, you're going to take it, mark it down like that, come over, trace it on both sides, cut it out, and just get it into the fit. And then I cut the second part for the lip part. And you want that to be attached to the very, let's see, right where it bends. So you don't need it to go all the way around here, you just need it to go right to where it bends. So, and at this point you can have that inner part filled in. Alright, and so, and you're also going to need two pieces of paper and tape those together, like so. And just tape them together. Boom. Same thing with the other side. I also went shopping today looking to see if they had any of the Fallen Kingdom toys out. I know it's early, but checked Walmart, checked all the stores that I possibly could, and surprisingly they didn't have any Legos out either. I was like, wow, they had nothing. So I guess I'll have to wait till the 16th. At least I'll have to wait, which sucks. Because I wanted them now, darn it. So, I'm just going to glue your little attachments together here. And I'm going to do that off camera. So I'll show you. You just kind of, hot glue them in. And make sure with these that you trim them up really good. Unlike these, because this is really difficult. And then you want to hide this line. What you can do is take a piece of paper and put it all the way down here, but that might be really difficult. So you might just want to put endless glue here and smooth it out as best as possible. Alright. So just attach these two pieces, and then we put on the back piece. Alright, that would have been very difficult to show on camera, but you can see what I did here, and it's actually way better sealed up than the contours. See, it's nice and sealed up so you can't even tell. It would make some kind of a little poppy sound out again, but yeah, what are you gonna do? What are you gonna do? I probably will fill the inside here with some more hot glue just to make it nice and sealed up. So just take your time when putting the bottom pieces on. If you need to fill it with it. And also don't forget to put some endless glue on these parts. And if there's any leftover hot glue zone areas, you can smooth them out, which is also very important to do. And you shouldn't need the hot glue anymore after this step here. So just unless you need to smooth some more stuff out, but at this point we're pretty much at the clear. Alright, so now what you want to do, 1 minute, that's a lot better. Okay, now that's what you want to do is you want to take that piece of paper that you taped together and then cut in. It's good to make sure again that the tape is on the bottom. And what you're going to do is you're going to put this on top, and then you're going to trim it out. What you can do is cut it as short as possible, but again, this is kind of really difficult to get it exactly where you want it. So what you want is that the paper just to go to the very tip of the nose here. You want it to be right there, so make sure it's a little bit longer just so you have enough room. And then you want to extend it all the way down. Now you don't have to do this, but I do it because it makes a nice clean look. It'll hide everything and all these lines here and everything on the snout. It'll hide everything, make it look very pretty. So there's two ways you can do this. Again, trim it up, make it look nicer. Now there's two ways to glue it on. You can use Elmer's glue to glue it on. I did that with my Godzilla, which works. Or you can use just regular all-purpose sticky glue. Let me see. But just regular glue should work just fine. So you just you can trim it a little bit more, which I do suggest. Like just cutting it, clean it up a little bit. The less you have, the less you had to deal with. So let's see. Let's share. What I'm gonna do here is I'm gonna lay it out, and you can see from a different side. And then I'm going to just kind of. Now I do want some of a hangover, so I don't want too much of a hangover. Just a little bit. Okay, that's just so I can get it nice and yes. So I'm just kind of okay, that's good enough. Alright. So I'm just gonna cut this out really quick. Boom. Back on screen. And then I'm just going to make sure it again fits on here good. And then I'm just going to take my glue and cover it all up in it and then put down the paper. Now you could do a cover here, but it will crinkle and turn and start getting all messy. So I recommend putting it on the actual T-Rex. And you can use the other glue if you want to. I might end up actually doing that just for this top area here. But for the rest of it, I'm just going to use the regular glue here. Make sure you get it on very good so it's going to stick. Okay. Now again, I'm going to use this glue on the head just to make sure that it's going to hold better, because this is what should hold a little better. Okay. Okay, clean your hands off or something. And then again, I would start from the front just to make sure it's got enough clearance. And then you just want to flatten it out. And then also, of course, you want to cut it. This will go a long ways in helping it curve and whatnot. And then just going to smooth it all the way down. Kind of went a little wonky here, but that's okay. And then you just want to smooth it as much as possible. Especially on the neck area. And it's kind of okay if it's wrinkly a little bit, just because that kind of will add a little more skin texture, I suppose. So just smooth it out as best as possible. And curve it right down the snoz here, and then just let it all dry. Again, go through and fiddle around with it. Okay, so once it dries, yeah, again, if you use like the regular glue, you could get dry spots on it. If you use this, you won't, but it will be more wet, so you get more wrinkles. That's why I kind of was like not wanting to do it. So, guys, you can take your scissors, cut a little section like that, and then you take your X-Acto knife. You can just run it all the way down. It'll be a little work, but this way you can run it all the way down the paper like that and create a nice smooth cut. Alright, so I'll have to let this dry before we cut it, and then once it dries, we'll cut it. And then we will be at the point where you want to cover everything in Elmer's glue. And just start making sure everything's sealed up. Like along the legs, if you notice on yours there's always holes, like there's a hole here. You want to fill that up with some more Elmer's glue. You just need to go over the entire thing and look for any holes and anything. And this process is going to take you some time because you let it dry, and then you can see where spots need to be filled back in. I've been working on cleaning my Rex up for about 2 days since the last video, so it does take some time to get it all nice and ready for painting. But pretty much after you get this top on. Alright, so at this point, your T-Rex should be completely sealed up. And this took me several days, but I spent my time, cleaned it up, sealed all areas, cleared as much bubbles and joints as I could. And there's another look at my underjaw. Looks pretty good still. I don't know, I might do a little more work on it, but for the most part I'm ready. I'm pretty much at the point where I just want to color it. So at this point, again, you want to cover the eyes and protect the eyes. So you need your tape and X-Acto knife for this. I'll do one side and then you can do the other side. It's pretty simple to do. So you just put down the tape. You don't need to press down too hard. And then you just want to cut out the shape. This is a different tape, so hopefully it works. Okay, so now when I peel it, messed up on that one, but it's okay. Just again, take your time and work at it. Okay, so hopefully that did it. And yes. Okay. Yeah, that's good. Alright, so just, so, yeah, you can't really tell, but I did kind of scrape some of the actual cover a little bit, so I might touch that up before I do the other side. So just do this for both eyes, and then we move on to the last part. Alright, so at this point, you want to also, let's see, okay, you also need your teeth, but you can cut these out now. Just, use your scissors, cut them out. You can straighten the teeth out. Just do like triangles for the cuts. Also, once you've just finished cutting them out, then put Elmer's glue all over it after you finish cutting them all out, and that makes them nice and hard and tough. But don't put it on until afterwards, so hopefully you let these off to the side till this point. Alright, so this will be the last step we do, put the teeth in. But now that I have covered the eyes on both sides and done everything I can with him, got the T-Rex as ready as I ever will be, I'll show you the paint I'm going to be using on the T-Rex. This one came from Hobby Lobby. These two, this one just came from my local hardware store, and I think this one came from the local hardware store too. But this kind of shows that you can use whatever kind of paint you want. I do recommend this one most. This one the most. This one's kind of just for boats, but it still works. This one's just a gray. This one's a brown, and perhaps you can tell with these colors. I'm doing the Lost World T-Rex colors. So hopefully this works, and then also have some permanent markers for, you know, the black for stripes, and then after it's all colored, I decide what kind of eye color I want to give it, like a blue eye, red eye, blue eye, purple, pink eye, red eye. So that's what the permanent markers are for. So yeah, I just want to show you what all I'm using for coloring, and I may not end up using all of this. We'll just have to see how it turns out. And I was thinking about doing the original T-Rex colors, the red and black, but I was like, we already did that with the Carnotaurus, so I just want to keep them all looking different in a variety of colors. Alright, so go ahead and at this point paint it, and also make sure that your T-Rex is completely covered in Elmer's glue, and then paint it. And then once you've done painting it, then cover that paint all in Elmer's glue too, and then you'll be done. And also, yeah, black permanent marker, put that on. Once you paint it, so after you're done painting it, then you can use the permanent marker and color it up, and then put Elmer's glue over that. You don't want to cover it in Elmer's glue after you've painted and then use the marker, because it kind of makes it smeary when you have the Elmer's glue on top of that. But if you're using the black marker on top of the paint, then it holds better. Just a little tip there. Alright, so like I said before, I'm not going to show me painting it just because I have no camera set up really that can do that, but you kind of saw how I did it before. So just do it. Just do whatever you want in painting it. There's no rules in this part. You can just color it with permanent markers if you want to. It's not really any right or wrong way on how you want to color it. Alright, so I'll see you after I'm done coloring. Alright, I finished coloring it. I decided now I'll put a picture up right here of the idea I was going for. Giving it a Lost World feel again, having the lightish gray on the underside and then darker on the upper. And at this point, I'm going to give it the stripes that I did before. Like with the Carnotaurus, I'm going to use this one just so it's a nice finer tip so I can get the exact shape. And also, I was debating what eye color I wanted to give this guy. I was like looking at the other dinosaurs going, oh, what color of eyes? Two of them have yellow eyes. One has red eyes. Actually, a lot of them have yellow eyes. So I was like, I'll just do yellow. But then I looked at my Reptar here, and I was like, oh, you know what color I haven't done yet? Orange! So, and if you don't know who Reptar is, he's from Rugrats. Incredible show. Watched when I was a kid. Great show. Anyways, so I'm going to be using this color here for its eyes. And also don't forget to take off the tape before you color it. So I'm going to get the eyes colored here, and then I'm going to go get the stripes. And this is a much better angle, I think. Yeah, yes. And I also have a picture up here of the Lost World T-Rex stripe design, so we'll be following that pretty close here. Just want to first get this eye colored. I'll probably end up working on the other eye a little bit more, just because I don't think there's enough color. Maybe it's okay, I don't know. So at this point, I'm just going to give it some stripes. I'm going to start from this side. And, so you kind of just, like I said like just if you want to do that or not. I'll do one side, and if, if this is what you want to do, then you can just copy me. Okay, let's see how I want to stripe it up. I'll do this side actually, just because. So I want to give it let's try here, and then I want to let this kind of area so, and then I'm going to let it come down here like so, and then I'm just going to strap it up. And at this point, we're going to have little stripes on the feet. Oop. Oop. That looks good. Just continue down the tail. Then I might put it on the arms. So yeah, just, you know, like that, and then color it in, use your bigger marker, and just color it. And yeah, if you want to copy what I did here, go ahead. And also we'll, you know, you need to get the toe claws here shaped up, so just stretch the feet out. These toes all shaped up. Okay, so just take your time, and I'll see you when I'm done here. Alright, so at this point, we're at the final step. You just want to cut out your teeth. I already got my 3 through and cut out, but this is the last and bottom row. So I'm just going to show you how I'm going to cut them out. And then we just attach them to our T-Rex, and you can see a sneak peek of what he looks like right there. Or she, however you want to make it. And I will just cut the teeth out. Try to show you the way I'm doing it. And if you have really tiny scissors, this again helps greatly do it. So just take your time. Make sure the tips are nice and sharp when you cut it. And you will need a hot glue stick to put the bottom teeth in, like with the Carnotaurus. If you've done the Carnotaurus, you will know that it's just the same way, putting the teeth in. But if you have not seen the Carnotaurus, I will show you. Okay. Okay, almost there. Now what I like to do is this side's going to be the side that faces inward, so I flip it over and I just look for any teeth that may not be very sharp looking. And I just go through and make them a little sharper. Okay, so at this point you want to take some Elmer's glue and you want to put it on both sides and cover it like so. Make sure it doesn't have any, it's nice and covered. And you might, you could do this twice or once. One time is good enough, but if you really want to make them nice and durable, do it a second time. And after this, set them in a place to dry. I'll show you what I've done to dry my teeth in a minute. 1 second. This is how I've kind of put them in to dry the teeth up. Like this. So they don't get stuck on the table. Alright, So at this point, we'll put the teeth in and we'll be done. Alright, so we're going to put the teeth in. Here's another sneak peek of what it looks like. Pretty cool. Alright, so I got the teeth all laid out here. How I want them. And again, you can see like this one has the inner marks. You don't want this side showing, you want this side showing. So just keep the teeth like that. And also, make sure that they fit before putting them in there. Also very important. So that I'll just do a quick little check here. And our tool. Close the window. Kind of just pry at these a little bit. Because I want it, you know, to just open up and then take your teeth and slip them in and make sure they fit before you glue them in. So you kind of see the teeth going in right now. So again, just like I said, make sure that they fit in well. Alright, so that looks pretty good. So now that I know that it's going to fit in there, I'm going to put a little bit of glue, not too much, just a little bit, like so. Wipe off my fingers, and now I'll just slip the teeth right on in again, and then I'll just fiddle around with them till I like where they are. Okay, that looks good. And also, I forgot to do this, is you want to push the teeth out a little bit. Okay, like so, like that. And then when the jaw closes, of course, you have to fiddle around with it, but pretty darn good. Alright, so just do the other side, and once you get the other side on, we'll do the bottom. Alrighty, so once you have both the top and the bottom tooth in, you can see how well the mouth closes. You can, again, fiddle around with the teeth. It just takes some fiddling around. You do have to push the teeth out, like I said, to get the jaw to close, but that's just how it always works. This is what you always have to do. So don't fret. And then just keep seeing how well the jaw closes. Just fiddle around and it should look pretty good. Alright, so now we'll go ahead and do the bottom teeth. So make sure you find which side you want. So this one goes on this side. And again, you want to just test fit. Oi. That's why you always test fit. And you just want to trim your teeth and see how well they fit. So mine's a little too, that's actually too many teeth for it to work. So I have to trim some of the teeth out. And it's still a little too thick in the front. So trim it again. Make a nice little fit. See? Yeah, that looks good. So what I'm going to do is make sure that this side also has the same cut trim going on. So this time you're going to need your hot glue stick. And what you want to do is take this, put your hot glue here, and slam it onto the side. So just take it. Like so. And then you just want to carefully slip it in like that. And then you can go through and fiddle with it a little bit afterwards to make sure it hooks a little better. Okay, so that's how you do that side, and then I'm going to do the other side off screen. Here's the final finished product. And I also put a little picture up again there in the corner just to show the look I was going for. And yes, this T-Rex has turned out really nice. The jaw is a little wonky, a little bit, and the bottom jaw I messed up a little bit over here, but yeah, it looks great. There's a lot of a room gap in there, which is great. I need to do a little bit more of a touch-up job here. Also, this is just a little heads up. Because the top teeth come down over this, it will scrape the paint and scrape it off. So you want to make sure you cover this all in Elmer's glue and make this nice and protected, alright? So you just do that. I'm going to leave the mouth a little bit like that so I don't ruin any of the materials. So this is the nice of it, and I even make sure that the bottom of the toenails are painted because that's important. Make sure all the nails are painted. You know I like the nails painted. This is a back look of it. I really like how this T-Rex turned out. It looks amazing. I love the orange eyes. The eyes really look good. There aren't any stripes on the arms. I might do that. I might not. I don't know, but it has a nice gray fade coming up here, and then turns into this nice green color. The belly is all gray, the feet are all gray, the tail goes down all gray, and then it kind of fades. The grayness is definitely more noticeable in the arm section. Up here, there's a little bit of gray here. Don't know if you can see that very well. On the other side, it has a hint of gray along here, a little bit more gray here, a little bit of gray here, and the rest is all this dark color with just plain old black marker. And this side kind of got a little messed up here, but that's okay. It doesn't look too bad. I was trying to make the eye a little more curved, but it didn't work out very well. So besides that, it all turned out really nice. Nice hands. I do have a different design method for the next hands we do. We're going to make it more actual, divided kind of like the feet are. So next big dinosaur that we do, we're gonna attempt to give it some more depth toe fingers. But looks amazing. I love it. And here's again comparison to one of my pairs. And there we go. You can see the size scale there. And then here's a comparison with the Carnotaurus we made. Get out of here. See? Toys. So here's a comparison to our Carnotaurus we made and to our Tyrannosaur. And another thing I wanted to show, which turned out really nice, is if I close the jaw here, it's very sealed. There's no gap, there's nothing here. This is the first one actually that has a complete sealed gap here. You can't even tell that there's it's nice and sealed up compared to the Carnotaurus here, who's got a gap still. I mean, I could fill this up, but I'm just not going to. It's fine how it is. But this is really nice. Because partially I can't do that because the jaw needs to be taken off. So, yeah, the last step again, put your name here, put the date, put the year. Give it a nice, date, like we got on the Carnotaurus here. And I did the same thing on my para here, so just date them up, and then they're officially done after this. I'm going to do a little more Elmer's glue because it is finished, but I'm just going to do a few little more touch-ups on it. The T-Rex. So that's a comparison with some other dinos, and to compare, one last comparison, I've got the Lost World Thrasher T-Rex here, and it is a little bit bigger. Of course it's bigger, but just a nice comparison of the two in size scale. And it is bigger, and the tail is about that much longer than my T-Rex. So there's that. And for, again, one last comparison, we'll put it up to the Ultimasaurus that I've made. Let's see if I can't get it all in one shot. Sort of. But you can kind of see that the Ultimasaurus is still a little bit bigger than the T-Rex we made. But that's fine. I wasn't really going for like super big. But comparing the T-Rex to the Carnotaurus, it looks pretty darn good. Into the pair, we have a nice dinosaur collection coming along, don't we? And this is a really good T-Rex. Hope yours turned out really nice too. And again, for me, spray paint. This was just This was just, you know, spray paint, just over and over again. And I'm really impressed on how the color turned out. It turned out really nice. So, and oh yeah, here's the you know, the depth piece that we did here for the eye crest. Looks really nice. Oh, I'm just sorry I'm spending so much time on it. Oh, I just love it. Looks amazing. Looks amazing. And I hope you enjoyed this video. And this is the end of part 4. And as you know, the next one is the Pterosaur, and that one will start next week. And I might have the video up this Friday or Monday or Tuesday. So keep an eye on for that on the part 1 of how to make your own pterodon. But that will be coming out next week or this Friday. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this build. It was a lot of fun build, and I love painting it. Painting it is my favorite thing to do. I love it. You just finish it up and it looks amazing. I also was able to give it a little bit of a nose dab here. Oh, it looks so beautiful. So beautiful. I'm glad I extended this piece there. Oh, it looks amazing. Alright, I hope yours again turned out just like this or better. And I will see you on the next video, and goodbye.